Welcome, fellow ghouls and gamers. I am NightmareFan65, and today we will be continuing our Let's Play through Off-Road Challenge for the N64. Now, before we begin, I'd like to share a few details about this game and a little bit of social media and all that. I'll start with the social media first. I want to advise everybody that because I'm so close to... Because we're now in the 70s, I want to reach 80 by the end of, like, maybe, by the end of June or so. So, if you would, please share this video as well as the rest of my videos and all that with friends you might know, family, anybody who might like the content that I provide, and we'll get along just nicely. And the other thing is that I forgot to mention this in my Let's Play, and I'm going to mention this in the video or whatever. I forgot to mention one small thing about this game's soundtrack, of which I'll leave a few samples of what you'll hear today, as well as the other episode, based on the music you're hearing right now. I'll leave a link to a couple of the songs in the description below. But for now, I think we should probably continue on with the tournament mode. So without further ado, let's get on with the show! Okay, so... what we're going to do today is that we are going to continue the next 3 races in the normal difficulty for the tournament mode. And as I promised from the last episode, I know I keep saying yesterday, but I kind of want to refer to it. If it's easier for me to remember, then I'll just say yesterday. So, anyway, the last episode we went through the Mojave Desert, we traveled through El Paso, Texas, and we made our way to Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, in this episode, I'm going to bring to you the first of the many levels for this episode that is actually one of my favorites. So, let's go ahead and begin. Because first up, we have the track, Pikes Peak.
Set, go! Yeah!
So, this is Pikes Peak. It's, yeah, as I mentioned before, it's one of my favorite tracks in the entire game. I can't get enough of it. It's the only track I think about whenever I'm thinking about this game. I remember playing this track on repeat when I was a kid. I couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't get enough of, what was the other track that I couldn't get enough of? I think it was, either El Paso or Nevada. Sorry, Las Vegas. Yeah. Sorry, I keep... that's the other thing, too. Okay, so, yeah, this is actually the first of the snow tracks, and this is the only snow track in the game, so, yeah. Get used to seeing this track a lot. Get ready to hear me splurge about this track a lot if I go into that kind of territory. But yeah, this track I can't get enough of. And solely for the fact that even though I've never really seen Pikes Peak, I can tell right away it's like one of the most beautiful landscapes I've ever seen in any video game of this era. I could tell they put a lot of work into this game as far as like the physics, the environments, the cars, even like down to the small bits and pieces of the game as far as like what's offered as far as environmental something or others. We're not quite first place, but I'll take second this time.
Let's race again.
And gladly we will.
You're hot.
All right then. So let's see about putting our name in and joining the rest of the champions. And that's only going to get better from here on out. So, let's go ahead and save. And we're off to the next race.
Keep up your drive.
So I want to bring this up from the last episode. As soon as I turned the camera off, I took a look at how much we had saved up in the garage, and it's pretty much totaled up to this point. I think we had over like 28,000 or something, or even 2,800,000 or something. But I think that gives us enough to work with as far as our speed. So This time around, we are going to increase the speed a little bit by like maybe 2 or so. We're going to beef up the tires, and we'll come back to acceleration in a minute, but we're going to improve our shocks as well. And we're going to save it at 40,000. We'll come back to this in a minute. But for now, we're off to the next track, Old South. All right, and already we're off to a better start from last time. Whereas we had to start over with the Mojave Desert and all that. And it's only our second time that we got it. We finished within the top 3. This episode, we actually started off in the top 3 at second place for Pikes Peak. And I'm going to tell you right now, Pikes Peak is going to be an easy win from here on out once we get into the higher difficulties. Because at this point, by then, we'll already beef up the Punisher to its maximum speed and its maximum durability. Pretty much all the criteria. It's only from here on out, once we beef up the Punisher, we'll only be focusing on the boost. And I'll talk about that in a moment. So, from here on out, let's go ahead and save. One more time. One more time? As many times as it'll take. Okay, so let's head up into Old South. And here's where the cracks start to form.
Go!
Already an ugly start. Yeah, so here's what I mean about the cracks forming. Old South is a good track, but it's not really one of my favorites. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the environment. It's just the track itself, I feel like, is a little bit sloppy in presentation. And this is exactly what I need. It's full of potholes, it's full of branching paths, and it's not one of those things I really care about in racing games, but, you know, it all comes down, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the final design of the track. I don't think we're going to do well in this episode at all with this track, but we're going to see how far we can take it. If we have to restart this track, I don't mind. But as long as we get up in the top 4, we should be fine. Oh man, we missed that fuel canister. Fuel canister? I think you mean nitro canister. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. Wait, we went to 3rd? Huh? Hello? What happened here? Did you see that? Tell me you saw that. I don't even know what that was. But I'm pretty sure somebody spun out. I really need some boost. I need to be able to go zoom in this episode. Whoever that is behind me, you better stay away. I don't want to have my 3rd place taken away from me. I don't want to start this episode over again. Sorry, I don't want to start this track over again. But thankfully we don't have to, because we came in 3rd.
Let's race again.
And gladly we will. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Oh, we didn't get a perfect time. But, you know, that's okay. Nobody's perfect. Okay, so this time, before we go up to the next track, we have to beef up our acceleration. We're not going to get far if we can't go fast. Let's do... Okay, actually, I think we're good on everything here. So let's save the money and head off to the final track of this episode, Baja California. You know, looking back at this, I'm kind of liking our odds right now. We're going to save one more time, and we are going to go right into the next track. So here we go.
Ready, set, go! Ugly start.
We get one good boost at the beginning of this entire episode, and these next tracks, these last two tracks, what happened? I don't know. Maybe I'm just low on energy or something, and I'm like, my timing is off or something. I have no idea. But this is Baja California. We start off in the road area, and you can tell right away it kind of looks a bit like Old South from this area. But later on in the track, you're going to see it change drastically. That's the other thing I like about this game, that the environment, depending on the checkpoints... don't hit that! That's the other thing, too, about this. If you hit something like that, you are going to lose a... that's... Yeah, it definitely hurts. Wait, there was a treasure chest on that hill? I didn't even see that. Yeah, so about this game, there are certain hazards in here that if you're not careful, you're gonna spin out all over the place. And obviously, as you've seen, yes, I know, I'm very, very lost on time at the moment, so I better catch up. I'm not even in the top 4, and I need to catch up. I don't really care for this track at all. We may have to start over again on this track. It's gonna be very sad if we've come all this way for nothing. We can thank the 2 tractors for that. Yeah, we're not finishing this one.
You placed 5th. Let's race again.
Yeah, this one's a tricky one. We have to start over. I kind of figured that we wouldn't get a good place on that one, so we might as well try again.
Ready, set, go!
Maybe the other reason why is because I'm listening to my audio, and it's off by like a second or something. I gotta be listening to my TV instead of my my computer or whatever. It's like it's fine until like you get up to the desert or something. This is why the game urges you to be very strategic with your wins, with your boost and all that. Because otherwise, if you're doing it all willy-nilly, you're gonna end up getting nowhere, and you're gonna get hit by random objects and all that. So let's not hit the tractor again, please. Alright, this is already a better race. And I have a feeling from here on out, we're just gonna be encountering races that we're gonna have to restart. If that's how we're gonna play the game, then that's how we're gonna play the game. So, yeah. Off to the next checkpoint. Really don't care for the beach area in here. I don't get this. But we gotta keep moving. We may just finish in 4th this round. Unless the other guy says otherwise. Nope, you're not stealing that from me. Nope. Nope. And it's just a long straightaway after this. We just got to keep moving. All right, much better this time.
You placed 4th. Let's race again. You're hot.
So let's go ahead and put our name in again, and I think
Welcome
once
to
we
the
do,
top 10.
we're going to end the episode off right here. Yep, we got a long way to go before we get to the top. So, yeah, that was actually very interesting. If we're going to keep restarting races, so be it. I don't care at this point. I'm just presenting something. I'm just happy to present stuff like this to you guys. Well, that wraps it up for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe for more. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on wherever I'm on social media. This was a very strange episode, but I'm very surprised that I'm getting through this with absolutely little to no problems. With the minor occasion to restart a certain track or whatever, but if that's how we're gonna do it, so be it. Yeah. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to go start the next difficulty for this entire game. So until then, this is Nightmare Fan 65, and I will see you all in the next episode. Stay scary, everyone.